I read one text, and it changed everything about my marriage. I've always believed that love, real love, was about trust. That if you're with someone long enough, through the awkward teenage years, through the messy parts of adulthood, through the ups and downs, you earn that trust. You build it. And I did. My husband and I, we've been together since high school. Our love was the kind people wrote about. He was my first everything, my first crush, my first kiss, my first heartbreak, and my first real relationship. When we got married last October, it felt like the natural next chapter. Like the universe had been guiding us here all along. But what do you do when that trust, years of it, is shattered in the blink of an eye? This happened a few nights ago. It started innocently. I was at home. We'd both had a long week. Nothing particularly eventful, just life. The exhaustion, the silence, the autopilot we all fall into. I poured a glass of wine, then another, just enough to loosen the thoughts I'd been keeping at bay for 2 days. A thought I couldn't shake kept echoing in my head. Check his phone, check his phone, check his phone. There was no fight, no reason to suspect anything. We'd been fine, or so I thought. But that urge, it clawed at me like an itch under the skin. I didn't want to give in, because once you cross that line, you don't get to go back. You don't get to unread messages. You don't get to unknow the truth. But the devil doesn't whisper when he knows you're listening. So when I saw his phone left on the bathroom counter, unlocked, I did the thing I swore I'd never do. And in 5 seconds, my world split in two. A message thread with a girl I've never heard of. No saved contact. Just a name I didn't recognize. His words, "Those pants you wore yesterday? You wanted to be spanked." Her reply, "I'm waiting for you." And then 2 words that punched the air out of my lungs. "I love you." I froze. My hands were trembling, my face went cold. This wasn't just a flirty message. This wasn't a misunderstanding. This was deliberate. This was intimate. I confronted him right away. No dramatic setup, no silence. I walked up to him with the phone in my hand and asked simply, "Who is she?" He looked at me, eyes wide, lips parted like he was waiting for the right lie to arrive. And then he said, "She's a work colleague." We flirted, but nothing ever happened. It wasn't physical. I didn't cheat, not really. I wanted to scream. I wanted to believe him. But tell me, what do you call it when someone shares their love with someone else? When your husband tells another woman he loves her while sharing a bed with you? He apologized. He said he didn't mean it, that he was caught up in something stupid, that he made a mistake. But how do you make that kind of mistake by accident? I haven't told my family. Not yet. Not in Egypt. Not where divorce is a scandal and heartbreak is something women are expected to quietly survive. We've only been married for 9 months, and I already feel like I'm sitting in the ruins of something I thought would last a lifetime. I know what everyone will say. Leave him, dump him. Once a cheater, always a cheater. But it's not that simple. This man, he was my best friend, my first love, my everything. And now he's also the man who betrayed me. The man who told another woman things I used to believe were only meant for me. I keep replaying it all. Was I blind? Were there signs I missed? Did I do something wrong? But deep down, I know this wasn't about me. This was his choice, his selfishness, his betrayal. Now I'm left with impossible questions. Should I message her? Should I find out just how far it went? Should I demand to know what she really meant by waiting for you? Would it even matter? I want to believe I'm strong enough to walk away, but my heart, it's still catching up. I look at our wedding photos I once believed captured the happiest day of my life, and all I can think is, was he already lying then? Maybe the scariest part isn't that he cheated. Maybe it's that I don't think I can ever trust him again, and I don't know if I'll ever feel safe enough to love him the same way. So here I am, sitting alone in our apartment, holding on to a glass of wine that I can't even taste, with 1,000 thoughts racing through my mind and only one certainty. The person I loved the most is now the person who hurt me the deepest. What would you do if you read just one text and it changed everything? Let me know what you think in the comments, like and subscribe.